What up, all my fight fans? We got ourselves UFC 297 this Saturday. We got ourselves the middleweight championship of the world. We got ourselves Sean Strickland taking on Dricus Du Plessis. I am very much looking forward to this fight. Very, very much looking forward to it. You know, when this fight got first announced a couple months back, you know, it definitely sounded like it was going to be good. You know, it's definitely interesting. But then after the whole trash talk transpired, and of course the whole brawl that happened in the audience back in December 16th, UFC 296, it definitely made this fight a lot more interesting for sure. Definitely a lot more interesting, you know, and we already know Sean Strickland is definitely becoming more of a master of trash talk, and it seems like DDP is becoming more and more of the master of getting underneath your skin, because we saw how he was, him and Israel Adesanya, them going toe-to-toe, face-to-face with each other back in July after Dricus Du Plessis beat Robert Whittaker. You saw Israel Adesanya get up in DDP's face, and it really wasn't pretty. You know, Izzy didn't really say a whole lot of nice things. So, yeah, it seems like DDP is a master of getting underneath his opponent's skin. So this fight is definitely going to be fun. It's definitely going to be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to it this Saturday. So let's break it down, shall we? We got the champion, Sean Strickland, taking the title off of Israel Adesanya on a masterclass performance. Masterclass back in September. We saw that opening round where he pretty much knocked down Israel Adesanya, and then from that point on, he pretty much just was able to pick him apart with his boxing, with his Philly shell boxing, which is very unique because something like that usually don't work in MMA. That is something that you definitely want to use in boxing. We already know guys like James Toney, Floyd Mayweather Sr. Really utilize that move. But, you know, Sean Strickland pretty much brought it into the UFC and is making it work for himself for sure. He's taking on DDP with this. The way Sean Strickland needs to win, or how he's able to win, is basically really not doing too much, especially in the opening rounds. He definitely don't want to burn himself out. He wants to let DDP burn himself out, because DDP is normally coming. He's almost reminds me of like a Vitor Belfort. Like, he almost blows his wad in the first round, maybe even the first two rounds. And that from that point on, he struggles a lot with his cardio, and that's something that Sean Strickland really should take advantage of, because Sean Strickland is really good in cardio. Sean Strickland isn't necessarily your knockout one punch knockout artist. You know, he definitely likes to utilize his punching, his boxing, and definitely build up some points. But, you know, again, he doesn't have no one punch power, so he should definitely allow the fight to go little into the later rounds, like rounds 3, 4, and 5. You know, if he could survive those first two rounds, which I feel like are going to be very dangerous for Sean Strickland, I feel like he could for sure get the victory using his boxing, using that Philly shell, using some of his wrestling techniques, because, you know, I do believe Sean Strickland is a very underrated wrestler and a very underrated grappler. So if he's able to survive, I feel like Sean Strickland should definitely be able to get it done by decision for sure. I do not see him stopping DDP. I mean, I'll be surprised, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's MMA. Sometimes, you know, you can get caught by one punch. It happens. But I really don't see Sean Strickland being able to stop DDP. I do feel like he's going to be able to pick him apart for sure, 100%. Now, as far as DDP goes, how he can win, he really needs to pace himself. You know, unfortunately, DDP, he is a big middleweight for sure. He carries a lot of muscle mass. And what we were able to see him do to guys like Derek Brunson, Darren Till, and of course Robert Whittaker is very impressive, especially against Robert Whittaker. He pretty much steamrolled over him. He pretty much was able to outpower him and outmaneuver him in every way in that fight. So that's what DDP needs to do in order to really handle Sean Strickland. I do feel like I want to say pace himself like I did earlier, but at the same time, he definitely doesn't want to pace himself too much, because Sean Strickland is more of a masterclass in the later rounds. He definitely wants to do his best to utilize his power. He doesn't want to blow out his wad. He doesn't want to go crazy and let it all out in the first opening rounds, rounds 1, 2, and 3. But he definitely wants to be able to let it be known that he is the stronger and he is the bigger opponent, and that he is able to handle whatever Sean Strickland gives him. But can Sean Strickland handle what he gives him? You know, can Sean Strickland handle that power like we've seen him use against Darren Till and like against Robert Whitaker? Because at the end of the day, you look at Sean Strickland's resume. Sean Strickland has fought a lot of great fighters, but he has not really met up that caliber. You know, I think a couple of known fighters, you got Jack Hermanson, Jared Cannonier, and of course Israel Adesanya. The rest, no disrespect, are, you know, decent, but nothing that's gonna blow your hair back. I think the biggest way, the biggest opponent for DDP was Robert Whitaker and what we were able to see him do. You know, and of course Sean Strickland's never faced Robert Whitaker or anybody like Robert Whitaker. So again, styles make fights. You can't really, MMA math doesn't necessarily always match up, but I do feel like the power and the strength will definitely for sure go to DDP. He just needs to really, really watch his cardio. He cannot blow out his wad because again, Sean Strickland is probably has the most cardio in the middleweight division, in my personal opinion. So who's gonna win? I really put my money towards Sean Strickland for sure, because Sean Strickland, again, his cardio is everything, and his boxing is everything, and his striking accuracy is everything. So I really feel like Sean Strickland, with the amount of time that he is at in the octagon, he will be able to handle those first couple of rounds of stress and of being attacked by DDP, and be able to utilize the rounds 3, 4, and 5 to pick apart DDP for sure. So that's my personal opinion, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the fight. Let me know who do you think is gonna win. Let me know what do you think is gonna even be next for these opponents, and whoever wins. Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.